Hi, this tutorial is showing you how to set up an email address. So, what is email? Basically just sending mail over the internet. Maybe a letter, maybe a quick note, might be an advertisement, or flyer, or link to a web page, or photographs, anything. What are the advantages? Firstly, it's fast. You send an email, and basically it's there. Keeps a record. Now, if you're anything like me, you might lose letters and put them in the wrong drawer and take you ages to find them sometimes. With the email, just log into your email account and all the letters you've sent and received, unless you deleted them, will be available at your fingertips. Flexible. As I said before, you can send photographs, you could also attach videos or files, spreadsheets, all kinds of things. Also, instead of just sending it to one person, you can easily send it to a handful of people, which again makes it more flexible and useful. Okay, so what are the disadvantages then? Obviously you need the internet, which is no good if you're in the country and you've got no mobile phone access, no internet access. It's not always convenient. Too easy. Sometimes if you receive an email off someone, it might not mean as much as if you received a handwritten letter, for instance, because you know how easy they are to create, so it might not mean as much. Also, it keeps a record. This can be a serious disadvantage. Let's say you've had an argument with someone and you decide that you want to send them an email instead of talk to them on the phone, outlining the problems you've had. This email will be viewable forever, so you need to be very careful what you say. A lot of people have probably been fired for sending emails moaning about their boss, accidentally putting their boss's name and then hitting send. 2 seconds later you get the feeling in the stomach when you realise what you've done, but there's no going back. So you need to be very careful what you send, to whom you send it, and also make sure you're in the right frame of mind when you're on your email account. I wouldn't advise logging onto your email at 12 midnight on a Saturday night, for example. Okay, so let's show you how to set up your account. There's different types of account you can have. Some people do it on their computer using Outlook Express, but these days most common is to do it on the web using often either Hotmail, Yahoo Mail, or Google Mail. Why is that? Well, if you've got it on the web, you can get it from your computer at home. You can easily get it from anyone else's computer. All you need is your username and password. So it's much more flexible. These days, a lot of people access their email on their phone as well. So different people prefer different types of account. Today I'll show you how to make a Google Mail account. I quite like them because there aren't many advertisements and often computers are set to go to Google automatically, so it's quite easy, I think. Okay, so let's show you how to do that. First you need to open a web browser. You probably have Internet Explorer on your computer. If you're on a Mac you might have Safari, but I'll show you with Internet Explorer. Okay, so on this computer Google is set as the home page, which is nice. If it wasn't, you click up here where the address is and type in www.google.com and you'd end up in the same place. Okay, so I want to set up an email account, so Google's mail is called Gmail for short. So we click on that. Okay. Now, if you already had an account, this is where you stick your username and password in, and you sign in. But I'm showing you how to create an account, assuming you haven't got one. So, new to Gmail, create an account. Okay. Just going to stick my info in here. You can use letters, numbers, and periods. Periods are full stops if you're English. I'm going to say DJE doc functional skills tutor, and I'm hoping that no one else has already got this email address, dje.fstutor@gmail.com. I'm sure it'll tell me later on if someone's already got that, because everybody needs a completely unique email address. Create a password. Okay, if you're not sure about creating a password, look in the creating passwords tutorial. Generally, you want at least 8 letters, preferably a mix of letters and numbers, and you'll be okay. I don't like to put in my real birthday. But if you do put a fake birthday in, make sure you're at least 18 when you say it, because otherwise Google won't let you join. I think I'll let them know that I'm male. Okay. Why do they want your mobile phone number? Well, if your account details get lost, or they think someone's trying to get onto your email when you don't want them to, then they'll send you a text saying, we're not sure about this. Personally, I'm not too bothered. I've never had any spam as a result of giving them my phone number, so I'm fairly happy to do it. Google's a massive company. They really care about their reputation for security. To be honest, I trust them with my phone number long before I trust other large companies, or even my doctors with my phone number, to be honest. Okay, your current email address. You might have one. If you haven't, then feel free to put mine in, which is one of those is contact.dje@gmail.com. Now they're a bit cheeky. They try and get you to set Google as your default homepage. To be honest, I have Google as my default homepage because I usually want to search when I get straight on the internet, but you can untick that if you want. Why do they have this? Well, computers try and set up their own email accounts to send people junk mail. So they do these, which computers can't read very well. Unfortunately, I find it difficult too. I think it says that. Space, type the other one. If you really can't do this, just click on that next one and it will give you another pair until you find ones that you can just about decipher. Alternatively, if you're visually impaired, you can click on this and it will give you one you can listen to instead if your computer's got speakers. Okay, where am I? UK, yeah. You have to agree to Google's Terms of Service and Privacy Policy, which I've already read, but it might be worth reading them if you're concerned. In fact, you should read them really, but I don't tend to. This one, Google may use my account information to personalise +1s on content and ads in Google websites. I don't really want them to use my account information. It's really that, so I would untick that. Okay, let's go. Hopefully. I don't want to add a photo. So I'm just going to click on next step. Okay, that's my email sorted. My address is dge.fstutor@gmail.com. Job done. They encourage you to choose a theme. I'm not going to, I just like it nice and plain. And they'll send you these little instructions about importing your contacts and doing these other things. I'm not really interested in those, so I'm going to tick them and delete them. So I've got a nice empty inbox. Okay, let's just test this by logging out and logging in again. Username was dje.fstutor@gmail.com. Let's hope I can remember my password. Do you want Internet Explorer to remember this password? Yes, if it's the computer you're on at home, not if it's anywhere else. There we go, Bob's your uncle. That's your email. Thanks for listening, and good luck.